have to earn my love.
The Cosby Show will always be linked to Bill Cosby's criminal legacy, but it wasn't always that way. At its peak, it was one of the most beloved family shows on TV. But behind the polished image of Bill Cosby's wealthy character, Cliff Huxtable, lay a host of challenges for the cast. From on-set disagreements and contract issues to career struggles after the show ended, Keshia Knight Pulliam is now opening up about some of the darkest secrets of The Cosby Show. Prison is a lot different than the Huxtable's brownstone. Bill Cosby's once revered status as America's beloved TV dad came crashing down under the weight of serious allegations. Over the years, more than 50 women have accused Cosby of various forms of misconduct, including drugging and assault. The case that led to his imprisonment began with Andrea Constand, a Temple University staffer. In 2004, Constand claimed that Cosby gave her medication to ease her anxiety, which made her dizzy, and then sexually assaulted her. She also accused him of inappropriate touching during a subsequent incident. In 2015, Cosby faced charges of assault, but the initial trial ended in a mistrial in 2017 due to a deadlocked jury. 2 jurors reportedly believed Cosby was not guilty. The retrial in 2018 saw Constand and 5 other women testify, all claiming they had been drugged and assaulted by Cosby. This time, Cosby was convicted of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. He was labeled a sexually violent predator and sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. Despite his conviction, Cosby remained defiant. In an interview with Black Press USA during his incarceration, he stated that he would not express remorse during any future parole hearings. However, his sentence was cut short. After serving just under 3 years, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned his conviction, citing an agreement he had made with a previous prosecutor. This deal, reportedly, had prevented Cosby from being criminally prosecuted in exchange for his testimony in a related civil case. Lisa Bonet never got along with Bill Cosby. Lisa Bonet's relationship with Bill Cosby was famously strained, a dynamic that became more evident as Cosby's legal troubles unfolded. While her co-stars on The Cosby Show largely supported him during his trial, Bonet kept a low profile. It wasn't until March 2018 that she spoke out, breaking her silence in an interview with Netta Porter. Bonet remarked, "There was no knowledge on my part about Bill Cosby's specific actions, but there was just energy, and that type of sinister shadow energy cannot be concealed." She added, "I don't need to say, 'I told you so.'" Bonet's divergence from the Cosby mold made her something of an outlier within the show's cast. Unlike her colleagues, she was known for pushing creative boundaries and resisting the conventional sitcom star persona Cosby envisioned. According to Jezebel, this friction led to Bonet being reassigned to a different world, the college spin-off of The Cosby Show. She later mentioned on The David Letterman Show that she accepted the role because "they told me to." The speculation about why Bonet was moved from The Cosby Show centers on her unconventional behavior, which did not sit well with Cosby. She was reportedly late to set and appeared topless in Interview magazine, actions that displeased the comedian. Additionally, her role in the film Angel Heart, which featured a controversial nude and blood-soaked scene with Mickey Rourke, drew further criticism. The film initially received an X rating from the New York Times, a designation that was later lowered to R after edits. Bonet's rebellious spirit and her refusal to conform to Cosby's expectations were clearly factors in their contentious relationship, making her eventual critique of him all the more pointed and significant. Bill Cosby's alleged infidelity was an open secret on set. Lisa Bonet wasn't the only The Cosby Show cast member who sensed that something was amiss with Bill Cosby. Joseph C. Phillips, who portrayed Denise Huxtable's husband, Martin Kendall, revealed that the entire cast was aware of Cosby's alleged infidelities. In 2015, amidst growing allegations against the comedian, Phillips published a now-deleted blog post titled, "Of Course, Bill Cosby is Guilty." In this post, he made startling claims, asserting that Cosby's extramarital affairs were widely accepted as a fact among the cast. According to Phillips, these affairs were so well known that you didn't have to see it or hear it to know that it existed. Cosby's infidelities had long been a topic of speculation and cover-ups. The comedian had previously managed to evade scandal by leaking a story about his then 23-year-old daughter's struggles with drug and alcohol abuse to the tabloids in 1989. This move was reportedly a diversion from a more scandalous story. The National Enquirer had been investigating a tale about Cosby partying with Sammy Davis Jr. and showgirls in Las Vegas. When the Enquirer sought comment, Cosby allegedly directed them toward his daughter's personal struggles instead. According to a source from the National Enquirer who spoke to Page 6, "My editor told me that Daddy Cosby was the source. He ratted out his flesh and blood." Sabrina LaBeouf had a contract battle with producers. Sabrina LaBeouf, who portrayed Sandra Huxtable on The Cosby Show, had mixed feelings about her role on the show. In fact, she seemed quite discontent with her involvement, a sentiment she expressed openly during her attempts to shift her career focus. LaBeouf's frustration with the limitations of television was evident when she spoke candidly about her dissatisfaction with the show and her desire to pursue theater. In a 1989 interview with The Washington Post, she remarked, "Working in television, you do not have the opportunity most times to do what you are capable of doing. Having been on the show for 5 years, I have not been able to do what I am capable of doing. I feel cheated that 55 million people a week watch something that is not my best work." At that time, LaBeouf found herself embroiled in a contentious dispute with the show's producers. They threatened to withhold her salary if she didn't appear on set, despite her limited role in that season's episodes. Having been featured in only 5 of the 25 episodes for that season, she questioned the necessity of her presence if her character was not scheduled to appear. "That is not working," she told The Washington Post. "You can't tell me we want you here and be here for us if I am not going to work." Amidst this turmoil, Bill Cosby stepped in to assist her. He helped negotiate an arrangement that allowed LaBeouf to pursue a role in a production of As You Like It at the Folger Theater. This intervention was crucial in enabling her to explore her passion for theater while still fulfilling her obligations with The Cosby Show. Jeffrey Owens was shamed for his side gig at Trader Joe's. When allegations of sexual assault and misconduct against Bill Cosby led to The Cosby Show being pulled from TV networks, Jeffrey Owens, who played Elvin Thibodeau, faced unexpected challenges. With reruns of the show no longer airing, Owens lost a significant source of residual income. To make ends meet, he took a day job at Trader Joe's. His new role was uncovered when a fan took a photo of him working and sent it to the tabloids, leading to the story going viral. In an interview with Good Morning America, Owens revealed that he had worked at Trader Joe's for 15 months and felt really devastated when the images of him working there appeared online. He was concerned that the public might misinterpret his job at the grocery store as a sign that he was no longer dedicated to his acting career. "I had been teaching, acting, and directing for 30-plus years," he shared with GMA. "But, it got to the point where it just didn't add up enough. And you go to do what you've got to do. I wanted a job that I could have some flexibility to try to stay in the business." Contrary to the tabloids' attempt to shame him, Owens received an overwhelming wave of support from his peers in the entertainment industry. Actor Terry Crews publicly shared that he had swept floors after his NFL career, and Chris Rankin, known for his role as Percy Weasley in the Harry Potter series, talked about working at a Wetherspoons after his acting gig. The support highlighted that there's no shame in working hard and adapting to life's challenges. Malcolm Jamal Warner was miserable in this post-Cosby Show role. Malcolm Jamal Warner's time on The Cosby Show was relatively smooth, but his experience took a turn after the series ended in 1992. In 1996, he landed his own comedy series, Malcolm and Eddie, which he later described as probably the foremost miserable years of my life during an interview with NPR. The source of his discontent stemmed from a stark creative divide. After coming from a show praised for its progressive portrayal of black families, Warner found himself on a series rife with racial stereotypes and predictable humor. In an episode of People TV's Couch Surfing, Warner opened up about his frustrations, revealing conflicts with nearly everyone involved in the show, particularly his co-star Eddie Griffin. Warner said that Griffin often relied on racial cliches for comedic effect, which clashed with Warner's own vision for the series. "There was so much fighting that I did on this show with writers, producers, the studio," Warner recounted. "There was a particular vision they had for the show that was different from the vision I had for the show." Despite the behind-the-scenes turmoil, Warner and Griffin managed to keep their personal grievances hidden from fans. Their on-screen chemistry remained intact, and the animosity never showed in their performances. This Cosby Show actress staged a nude protest. Nicole Rochelle, known for her brief role on The Cosby Show in the early 1990s, where she played the characters Davina and Danielle across 4 episodes, has since become widely recognized for a very different reason. Formerly credited as Nicole Leach, Rochelle made headlines in 2018 when she staged a dramatic protest during Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial. At Cosby's retrial, Rochelle made headlines for her bold protest, which resulted in her arrest for disorderly conduct. During the trial, she jumped over a barricade to get Cosby's attention, appearing topless with names of his accusers and the phrase "Women's Lives Matter" written across her chest and back. In an interview with People, Rochelle explained that her actions were intended to make Cosby uncomfortable and highlight the broader issues of sexual assault and violence against women. Rochelle expressed frustration over the way the case was being framed, noting that it was being publicized with a focus on racial narratives, potentially portraying Cosby as a victim. "He's a man who's disempowered women's bodies for decades. It doesn't seem to be recognized," she said. "I wanted to emphasize that this is about rape. I wanted to make him uncomfortable and to make people think about women's bodies." Keshia Knight Pulliam's shocking divorce. By 2016, Keshia Knight Pulliam, known for her role as Rudy Huxtable on The Cosby Show, was grappling with personal struggles far beyond anything her TV family could have prepared her for. In an exclusive interview with Entertainment Tonight, Pulliam tearfully opened up about the painful details of her tumultuous marriage to former NFL player Ed Hartwell. The couple had been married for just 7 months when Pulliam revealed her pregnancy. However, just 10 days after this announcement, Hartwell filed for divorce and demanded a paternity test. This request came amidst a scandalous twist. During the divorce proceedings, it was revealed that Hartwell was involved with another woman, Tanya Carroll, who was also pregnant with his child. The situation escalated from painful to alarming. Pulliam's divorce documents alleged that Hartwell was engaging in underhanded and unusual conduct with the intent to harm her pregnancy. Though the specifics of his actions were not detailed, Pulliam expressed concern for her safety, citing Hartwell's ownership of numerous firearms. A year later, after Hartwell conceded in court that he was indeed the father of Pulliam's child, she was awarded primary custody. Despite the legal battles and personal turmoil, Pulliam's resolve and strength through this challenging period stood out. The family that smokes together. Lisa Bonet's departure from a different world came abruptly when she became pregnant with her daughter, Zoe Kravitz. Despite producer Debbie Allen's efforts to incorporate Bonet's pregnancy into the show's storyline, Bill Cosby reportedly rejected this idea, leading to her exit from the series. Years later, Bonet continued to make headlines, particularly in ways that often embarrassed her daughter. On Bravo's watch. What Happens Live, Zoe Kravitz opened up about her unconventional upbringing. She described her parents' parenting style as both strict and bohemian. When it came time for the talk, Kravitz revealed that her parents took an unusual approach. The drug and sex talk was, "Here's some drugs, don't have sex yet," she shared with host Andy Cohen. In a more detailed conversation with Rolling Stone, Zoe recounted her first encounter with marijuana. She revealed that her mother offered her a joint when she became aware of Zoe's interest in cannabis. Her father, Lenny Kravitz, has also been candid about his use of marijuana and psychedelics. In a 2017 interview with High Times, the rock star disclosed that while he avoided heroin, cocaine, and pills, he was a regular user of weed and occasionally experimented with natural psychedelics. Malcolm Jamal Warner and Michelle Thomas's heartbreaking ending. During the peak of The Cosby Show, Malcolm Jamal Warner and Michelle Thomas, who portrayed his character's girlfriend Justine Phillips, shared a notable romance both on and off screen. Their relationship was one of those charming co-star flings that captivated tabloid headlines, but like many such romances, it eventually ended. Despite the breakup, their affection for each other endured. In 1998, when Michelle Thomas was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of cancer, Warner made a heartfelt gesture by traveling across the country to be by her side during her final days. It was during this poignant time that Thomas spoke some of her last words to Warner. They shared a special code between them. Elephant juice, a playful phrase that mimicked the words, "I love you." Warner recounted to People, "When I saw her, I said, 'elephant juice.' She smiled and said, 'elephant juice.'" Thomas, who had gained fame as Callie on The Young and the Restless following her role on The Cosby Show, passed away just a day after Warner's arrival. Her death came 2 days before Christmas, and she was only 30 years old. Since her passing, Warner has maintained a close relationship with Thomas's mother, Finjuar Thomas, honoring the enduring bond he had with Michelle. Theodore Huxtable was based on Bill Cosby's late son. As adults with a deeper understanding of Bill Cosby's personal life, it becomes clear that his TV son, Theodore Huxtable, was heavily inspired by his late son, Ennis Cosby. The parallels are striking, particularly in the portrayal of Theodore's academic struggles. Throughout The Cosby Show, Theodore often faced criticism for his lack of interest in academics, a theme that echoed real-life challenges faced by Ennis. In the 5th episode of the 6th season, Theodore unexpectedly fails an exam, prompting his concerned parents to consult a learning specialist. This pivotal moment reveals that Theodore has dyslexia, mirroring Ennis's own diagnosis. The show then explores Theodore's journey to understand and manage his learning disability, ultimately leading him to a desire to help children with similar challenges. This narrative arc, showcasing how Theodore triumphed over dyslexia, closely aligns with Ennis Cosby's real-life story. Ennis also faced difficulties in school due to his dyslexia, but found purpose in working with children in community centers, demonstrating resilience and a commitment to making a positive impact. It seems Cosby intended to share his son's story with audiences through the character of Theodore. Cosby's incorporation of his real family into The Cosby Show extended beyond Theodore. His TV wife, Claire, shared her maiden name with Cosby's actual wife, Camille Olivia Hanks. The names of his TV parents, Anna and Russell, were borrowed from his real mother and brother. Even the structure of the Huxtable family, with 4 daughters and 1 son, reflected Cosby's own family dynamic. Stacy tried to play off this argument as normal. Before Stacy became widely recognized for her role in Clueless, she made a brief but memorable appearance on The Cosby Show. Since then, she has appeared in a variety of TV movies and series, including the cult favorite Sharknado 4: The Fourth Awakens. Despite the film's entertaining absurdity, including its CGI sharks, it somehow missed out on an Oscar nod. In recent years, however, Dash has garnered more media attention for her controversies than for her acting career. In 2019, Dash made headlines again when NBC News reported her arrest for domestic battery. The incident occurred during a heated argument with her husband, Jeffrey Marty, which allegedly escalated when Dash pushed and slapped him. Although Marty was reportedly the first to get physical, with police observing visible scratches on his arms, Dash was the one who ended up in handcuffs. Interestingly, Dash was the one who initially called 911, claiming that Marty was choking her. Her manager, Nick Terry, disputed these claims, while Dash herself suggested that Marty and his 3 children had conspired to have her arrested. As the domestic battery case unfolded in the tabloids, Dash attempted to downplay the situation, describing it as a typical marital dispute gone awry. She tweeted, "Like normal married couples, my husband and I had a marital dispute that escalated. Thank you for your support and love." The case was eventually dropped, but it's worth noting that typical marital disputes don't usually result in police involvement. What happened to Raven Symone? Before Raven Symone became a household name with her hit Disney Channel show That's So Raven, she first captured hearts as Olivia Kendall, the adorable stepdaughter on The Cosby Show. Her role as the cute and lovable Olivia showcased her talent from a young age. Fast forward to today, Raven Symone is all grown up and has stirred significant controversy with her public statements. In 2014, during an interview with Oprah Winfrey, Symone made headlines when she expressed her frustration with racial labels. She stated, "I'm tired of being labeled. I'm an American. I'm not an African American. I'm an American." Winfrey's reaction was one of disbelief, as she shook her head and cautioned Symone about the potential backlash on social media. This remark was particularly striking, given that Symone had starred in a show that was pivotal in reshaping the portrayal of African American families on television. The response from the public was swift and intense, leading to widespread criticism. In an attempt to clarify her stance, Symone appeared on BuzzFeed News AM2DM, where she elaborated on her comments. "I didn't say I wasn't black," she explained. "I'm black. My passport says American. Trust me, I know I'm black. There's just a difference. There are many African Americans, especially in 2018, that come over from Africa and need the green card. That's how I look at that title." This explanation drew further confusion, as it seemed to conflate the concepts of nationality and ethnicity in a way that many found perplexing. A tarnished legacy. Despite his overturned conviction and subsequent release, Bill Cosby and the legacy of The Cosby Show remain irrevocably tarnished. Following the wave of allegations against Cosby, the once celebrated series was pulled from numerous networks, including TV Land, BET, and Bounce TV. This significant removal marked a sharp decline in the show's once dominant presence in television syndication. Although the series resurfaced on Amazon Prime as of 2023, its reputation has suffered greatly. In the broader context of television history, The Cosby Show has largely been excluded from retrospectives and discussions that celebrate groundbreaking programs. Instead, it is often included in documentaries and analyses that focus on the contrast between the show's positive cultural impact and the serious allegations against its star. This stark juxtaposition underscores the dramatic fall from grace for a program that was once universally lauded for its portrayal of an affluent African-American family and its role in reshaping the landscape of American television. As we reflect on the legacy of The Cosby Show and the complexities surrounding its once beloved star, it's clear that the show's impact on television and culture has been overshadowed by controversy. The contrast between its groundbreaking portrayal of a positive African-American family and the serious allegations against Bill Cosby leaves us questioning the lasting effects of these revelations. How do we reconcile the positive influence of the show with the troubling actions of its lead actor? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more revealing content. about your favorite stars. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.